Hey, what's up everyone? In today's video we'll be looking at the Japanese high pin count lock Hori Trident. Now before we start I need to mention that there are at least three versions of this lock that I know of, depending on what drivers they use. So there is a version with only standard drivers. Then there's a version with only spools, that's what I have, and there is a third version that I think that is considerably more difficult, and it's a version with T-shaped spools, and there are already some videos on it, so if you're interested, make sure you check it out. I think several people have picked it already, but this one is the spooled version, so let's take a look at it. So as per usual, we will start by looking at the key, which is really nice. We can see that we have three beating surfaces and each row has 5 pins, so 5 cuts on the key, and these are located on the top half of the cylinder. The key bow is pretty nice as well. I really like this key. And here's our actuator, or the thing that turns the core. So that's the key. Here is our housing. Nothing too shocking about it, except maybe for these holes. I think they are used for assembling the cylinder, because there are some metallic strips that can be removed, and I think that's the way how they assemble the cylinder. Okay, so that's the housing. Here is our plug. So right off the bat we can see that the keyway is completely round, except it has a little cutout down here. Hopefully you can see that, but this is like a groove that runs across the length of the cylinder, and it is that groove that is used by this piece of metal on the key. You can see, so it actuates the core like this. Okay, so hopefully the groove is visible, because that's our saving grace when we tension the lock. We'll talk about it in a minute. Let's take a look at the internals. So I will only show you one driver, because all of the drivers look the same. They are spools, so nothing too exciting. And the key pins are all spooled as well. But there is one thing I realized, and I definitely felt it when I was picking it. I guess we can move to the picking strategy of the lock. Yeah, just to be completely thorough, there is like a ball bearing here that gives the core a center bias and some drill protection. Okay, so yeah, I was talking about the key pins and how they affect the picking process. So oftentimes, if not always, in the Japanese high pin count locks you see key pins that are spooled, and their function is obviously to give you counter rotation when you overset stuff or trying to overset stuff, but it's really not that effective usually, unless you really try to overset that pin. Then you feel the counter rotation, but it feels different, like a counter rotation from a driver usually. But here I will try to grab the whole stack. I realized that the spool section of the key pin is exactly the same like the driver above, like it's a literal copy. So the result of this is that the counter rotation that these key pins provide is very real, like very believable, I would call it. Sometimes it's really difficult to tell if you are getting feedback from the driver or from the key pin. You have to sort of remember which drivers were already picked, and then you will be able to tell more easily that you are on a key pin and not on a driver. But that's just like a little small detail I noticed about this lock, and I really like it. So the spool section of key pin, a literal copy of the driver above, so I like that. So how do we pick this lock? So obviously the biggest issue is the keyway, right? Because we only have this little notch down here to tension. So there are two options you can do. One requires you to do some tool making, and one is kinda easy but can go wrong. It's not that elegant. So if you have some skills, what you can do is you can find sort of like a metallic ring shaped object, like a nut. I think it's called a metallic nut, right? That you will insert into this hole. You will file that nut on the bottom, so you have space for something that you will put under it, something like a disc tensioner, right? So you will put it here, and the nut or the metallic piece will fit in here, will sort of fixate that tensioner on the bottom, and you will be able to tension this lock pretty comfortably. Or what you can do is use one of the flat tensioners, flat Z bars, either this one from Multipeak, it's SP15. This shorter end, if you wedge it here, it gives you tension, right? But I feel like you cannot do this for too long, because I was first tensioning the lock this way, but soon enough it started to slip out, and that told me that probably there is some wear going on. So I was afraid it will happen on the other side too, so I was kinda in a hurry, which definitely affected my picking process. As you will see, it was kinda sketchy. But I think Jabende, when he picked it, he's filed the edge of this tensioner, so it was sharper, and it grabbed the groove or the notch a lot better, and it didn't slip out. So that's something that you can do if you don't mind sacrificing a bit of the tensioner. I think some people used also the Sparrow's tensioner that looks like this, like without the dog ears, right? Okay, so the whole feeling of the lock is pretty good. Like it has really good tolerances. That's probably the first thing I wanna mention. And the second thing I wanna mention is that it gives good feedback, right? Because we have some spools in there, but it's not really advisable to like preset stuff, at least not in this particular version with spools, because as I said, the binding order can get it's kinda precise, right? So you will drop stuff if you don't follow it like you should. Alright, so I guess that's all I wanted to say about this lock. I really enjoyed picking it. What I did not enjoy was disassembling it, because I ran into some problems, and I'm definitely not looking forward to the reassembly, but I think it was worth it. It's a really fun lock to pick. I would like to try also the difficult version of it with the T-shaped spools. Maybe one day I will get my hands on it, but for now we will have to suffice with this spool version. So let's go ahead and try to pick it. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, sorry, for picking the pins I use this short flat hook from Moki, which is extremely nice and everyone should try it. Okay, I think that's it. So without further ado, let's pick this lock. Okay, here we go. It works. Let's put some tension in here, and hopefully it won't just slip out on me in the middle of the pick, like it likes to do sometimes. Alright, so let's start on the left side with pin 5. Click there, 4. Click there. Click out of 3. Perfect. Moving on to the top. Click out of 2. One on the right is binding. Click on him in a false set. Let's move on with the pins on the right side. This will be very tricky. Okay, so 2. I think I got him. 3. I think I got him as well. 4. Come on. Okay, 5. Not that sure. Let's just run through this again. Yeah, I mean 5 is not really convincing. Okay, maybe now. I don't know. I will leave him alone. Let's move to the top. Okay, so 1 on the top is binding, nice counter rotation. And he's set. Now left side, there's 1 and 2, good clicks there. Moving on with the top row, 2 is set, 3. Finding the right angle. Okay, so again 1, 2. 3, well, I don't know. I don't like this. Like, honestly, 3 is pretty weird. 4, even more so, so back to 3. I think I got it. 4. Yeah, I guess you can call it a click. And 5. It's really like cramped in there. Okay, pretty sure I got 5 now. So the faucet just got deeper. But now yeah, I think I will have to come back to 5, right? On the right side, because that one was pretty weird. Yeah, it's pretty sure it's binding now. Yeah, this is scary because I'm leaning against this tensioner and I kind of have to, but I don't want it to slip out, obviously. Okay, so let's just, maybe this angle will work. I slipped out, slipped off in the last moment from that pin 5. I keep slipping in the last possible moment. It's almost set. Actually, I'm pretty sure that that's the last pin. This will open the lock if I set it properly. If I set it properly. I'm kinda nervous now. Oh, come on. This can't be real. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 is here. So what's up? Okay, the fuck? Didn't feel like a set, but I guess it was, I must have dropped something, something else. Well, it will be awkward to figure out what it was. Definitely nothing from the left side. Okay, I touched 1, but it was just the faucet going back. Click out of 2 again for some reason. And 5, I think is, I think is fine. Actually, so maybe something else is holding us up. Okay, I'm just checking the top row now. This tensioner is so in the way now. I don't know, about 5 on the top. The 2 is fine for sure. 3. How to say? 4? Maybe 4. Take out of 4. Maybe even out of 5. Come on. This damn pin 5 on the right is still haunting me. I think I missed my chance there. It was the chance to finish it, but I hesitated. I think I gave it too much respect. Now I'm struggling here a little. Actually, 2 on the left is kinda dropped. Yeah, counter rotation on 2 on the left. Okay, got him set. Nothing's happening still, but at least I know I made some progress. Okay, now I think 3 on the top dropped. Okay, got top set, I want to say. 2 on the right just clicked into position. And this goddamn 5 on the right. It's not even that high of a lift, but it's just back there, you know. I still think I don't have it set. Maybe now. Now it felt kinda good. And I have a really deep fall set, so. Okay, now I think 4 on the top. Yeah, good click there. No idea what's holding us up now. Could it be 5? That's like a really high lift, but yeah, it is set. Let's check the right row again, just to be sure. Everything feels good. Ah, that's a real shame. No. I cannot tell, honestly, what's holding us up. Hopefully I didn't overset that goddamn 5. I'm checking everything now, although I highly doubt that something on the left is holding us up now, but you can never be sure. Not 3, not 4, and this 5 is kinda disappeared. I know. I think I'm gonna drop one. I dropped 1 pin. I think I dropped 1 pin only. No, but it wasn't 5, or was it? It definitely wasn't. Yeah, it was this guy again. I don't even know why it's so hard to get on him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there he is, just laughing at me. No. I don't know if this is like a good idea. I'm just chasing this 5 on the right, but is it even a good idea? Let's try the top row again, but honestly nothing is binding there. You can see I'm already throwing everything including the kitchen sink at this lock. Okay, that was fine. Wow, that was a real fight. That should not have taken that long, absolutely not. That shouldn't have taken that long. Yeah, but I was just dancing around this pin 5 on the right and dropping stuff in the process. So anyway, is the autofocus. So the lock is open. Hopefully you can see that this tailpiece. Okay. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I will eventually speed up this gutting, but I just want to start real slow and see what happens, because I did not gut this lock before ever. It will be really funny if these screws don't wanna come off. Fuck, they really don't. Okay, let me grab something else. Now that would be a real shame if these screws just didn't come off. These are pretty white, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, this is getting ridiculous, but you know, it can happen. It can happen. Maybe this one will be better. Alright, I think I got it. Perfect. Oops. So I think I had enough bad luck for today, so hopefully this will not turn into a gutting disaster, as it sometimes does. So we'll just remove this tailpiece in a nice controlled way, and what? Doesn't. Okay, now it's off. Just a little bit of force. Okay, so I guess this 4 should be good, or maybe something bigger. I don't know, I think we need something bigger. But do I have something bigger? I'm not sure if I do. I don't know, this? Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I think I'm gonna just do what Mr. Abandoned did, and I think he just flipped the, flipped the core like this. And what if I just pushed it out like this? Can I do that? It's too thick or what? It looks like it is. Well, I'm gonna use this one then. But for some reason the cord doesn't want to slide out. And I really don't know why. Any ideas? Surely don't have any ideas. Why doesn't it want to go out? There's like a metallic piece in there, but it really should go out, right? And this is gonna turn into a fucking disaster, I'm telling you right now. Absolutely. Oh, it wants to go out all of a sudden. Yeah, it does go out. Luckily I didn't drop any of these key pins. That was close. Alright. Fuck, I'm being very not careful. Actually I'm gonna grab one of these plug holders and got it like this, so the lock is kinda dirty. That's not cool. So can I do this? Yes, sir. Okay, so that's like the right row here. Yeah, this is getting sped up. This is definitely getting sped up, guys, so see you in a minute, because this will take long. Okay guys, so this turned into a little gutting disaster, but not that bad. I didn't lose anything, but maybe I got mixed up some of this. So I will need to sort it out later. I tried to like do this nice new method. I was thinking about it as I was falling asleep one day, where I would, you know, just place this whole follower and the pins will just place themselves in these slots, but you know it's these chambers are so close to each other that, you know, I got some of them mixed up. But anyway, we have everything out, so I will sort it out later. So our key pins here, our drivers here, and some miscellaneous parts over there. Okay guys, so not exactly the smoothest video, but you see that that's the way sometimes it goes. I'm pretty happy about this. Anyway, it's a pretty challenging log, so I will keep this video and maybe someone will be entertained by me struggling to get this open. Anyway guys, thank you again for watching if you made it this far, and hopefully we'll see each other with the next video really soon. Bye.